Welcome guys, a bit more standard today using another Mastery Pass rare. So we're trying to use the Terror Ballista today. So it's an artifact, it costs 7 and it does not have a cheaper version, it does not have a prototype version. So I thought the only way really we're going to get this out reliably is, well, not the only way, but the best way I think is to discard it and reanimate it. We could also discard it and, of course, use the unearth ability. That is a cheaper version we can use from the graveyard. Then it's going to be a 5/3 haste menace that can sack another creature to destroy a creature. So that could be pretty useful. So we're playing. I basically I realised how long it was taking me to actually make decks. I have slotted the Terror Ballista into an existing deck. So this is my Diregraf Rebirth deck with Goldhound, which I believe, what's it called? Morbid Rebirth. The concept of the deck, we actually have quite a few mountains in the deck, so we can have untapped red mana on turn 1. Play a turn 1 Goldhound. We can, do something on turn 2 like, well, probably Blanchwood Prowler would be the crucial thing, because this can mill 3 cards. So we mill our reanimation target into the graveyard, such as Terror Ballista. And then on turn 3, we can, let's say we have an untapped mana. We sacrifice Goldhound for a mana, and we tap 2 mana, 3 mana. Diregraf Rebirth will only cost 4. We'll have 4 mana on turn 3, and we'll be able to reanimate a Terror Ballista on turn 3. And then it could attack. We could sacrifice the Prowler to kill something and swing in for 5. Well, on turn 4, that is. It won't have haste unless you unearth it, of course. So that's the plan with the deck. So we are Blanchwood Prowler is actually a new addition. I think because you want to self-mill a bit in this deck. You also want to hit your land drops, and this kind of does both things. A lot of the time, it's just going to be a 1/1 creature. But this is a deck which is looking for sacrifice fodder. So we don't worry about having a few 1/1 creatures. We've got, we're also trying out a Skyfisher Spider, so this can sacrifice another creature to destroy target non-land permanent when it comes into play. We have a couple of copies of Riveteer's Ascendancy in the deck. I couldn't really fit in any more because we are running for Fable of the Mirror Breaker, because of course it's a Reanimator deck. You want a way of discarding cards, so this is our prime method of discarding the Terror Ballista. You can't really rely on milling it into the graveyard every time. I've also gone for, I thought 4 Virus Beetles might be good. I've decided I'll run a couple of Voltage Surges as my removal. I like the idea of, if we unearth the Terror Ballista, we can attack. We can Voltage Surge, sacrifice it later. Though I think, if it would leave the battlefield, it gets exiled. It's not a way around it getting exiled, but still, it seems like an idea. The other card that I could run in the 2-drop slot is the, if we look for artifacts, 2-drop artifacts. Yeah, we've got Scrapwork Mutt, so this guy's pretty good. It's another way of discarding cards. If we think Fable's not enough, we could Scrapwork Mutts could replace Virus Beetles, And also these guides are good from the graveyard if they get milled off the top. They can be unearthed, so that might be quite good. I just thought I feel Virus Beetle a bit more aggressive. It slows your opponent down a bit. We might need to do that. Yeah, so I thought let's start with the Virus Beetles. I'd say we are a little bit light on removal this deck. I think we've got the removal creature, the Skyfisher Spider, a couple of Voltage Surges, and a what's it called? A Soul Transfer. We do have the Bloodtithe Harvesters as well. So it hopefully adds up to a decent amount of removal. And then the Terror Ballista sort of for late game removal as well. We just have to play a few games and see if it all comes together, I think. And yeah, we'll just play standard play. Yeah, I mean, I started putting together a deck for this, for the Ballista. I thought I could go black-red Power Stones. And halfway through, I just realised it'd be so much more efficient to just slot it into the reanimation deck. It seemed to make more sense. So we don't have red mana. We do have one red card we can't play, but we've got a 2-drop. We've got a removal card. We've got the Ballista, so it's kind of like a 5-card hand. But I'm going to keep this. We are going to draw an extra card. Because we're on the draw. And we're on the draw against red. Let's see if he's got the Kumano. Monastery Swift Spear, okay. So we feel a challenging game incoming. We actually top deck a mountain, so we'll be able to cast Ascendancy, which is nice. How much damage is this going to be? 5. Okay. Blanchwood Prowler, but we didn't lead with green mana, so we can't play that this turn. Oh, yes, you can. We've got Boseiju. So we've got a choice: Virus Beetle or Blanchwood Prowler. I think I like the Virus Beetle here. Means the red deck kind of runs out of steam a little bit sooner, hopefully, but there goes Jaya Fiery Negotiator, so it's sort of late game card. Play with fire on me personally. So you can sort of think in terms of, you know, blocking this is gaining 2 life against a red deck. So it might be not such a bad idea here. And in fact, let's go ahead and do that. Now, if we're greedy, we wait and play Soul Transfer until, you know, when we've got an artifact and an enchantment in play. But I think I just don't have enough time to do that, so let's get rid of the Swift Spear. Now, hopefully that buys us some time. He's hit his third land drop and he's got Fable. Okay, that's a slightly greedy mono-red deck, I would say. You don't usually see Fable in a mono-red deck. I suppose he does have Jaya, so it's quite an aggressive version. I want to play this fourth land. And I think, yeah, we want to Fable, we want to discard a Terror Ballista. I think I'll quite happily block his Goblin here to save another 2 life points. Looks like he has removal. We also have, we could use Boseiju to take out the Fable, but because he looks like he might be sort of more of a red mid-range deck, they just managed to hit a lot of early aggression. Okay, Reckless Impulse, yeah, another Swift Spear. Another Fable. This is very generous, this card. It lets you play these until end of next turn. We could hold Boseiju to try and kill his Fable. But I think I need a 5th land. I think a 5th land is pretty good. Okay, you're gonna blow that up with the Lightning Strike. Fair enough. Right, what are we discarding? Terror Ballista is going. Do we have to... I think we can play a Riveteer's Ascendancy here, honestly. I'm going to discard this land as well, because we can always play Boseiju if we don't get another untapped land. Okay, that's pretty sweet. We will play the Boseiju. He's got the Swift Spear coming in this turn. He'll be able to get a treasure and play his Fable. We've only got one source of red, so we can't Voltage Surge and Harvester. I think this might disrupt his plans a bit. That's Voltage Surge. Here's Goblin. No, submit 0. Let's play a Blanchwood Prowler. I go 2 Fables, but right, he gets the reflection. He's going for another Fable. Okay, so he's going to let the Monastery Swift Spear go. Alright, that feels like I made a good decision at some point there. So, I think now we want a... Well, we could Riveteer's Ascendancy and Blanchwood Prowler again. Let's Blanchwood Prowler first and see if we get another red source. Okay. Takenuma. That can bring something back from the graveyard. That seems quite good. No, I think we Bloodtithe Harvester, don't we? Because we can always play this later. We get that trigger as soon as it enters play. I think actually we like mana, don't we? We can play this as a land. We hadn't made a land drop that turn. And I think we're still on defense. We're not going to swing in with a Prowler or anything like that. Okay, Swift Spear number 3. So we could have sort of shock and pump it 2, 3, 4. Play with fire is the name of the spell. Cool. Okay, he's going to copy a goblin. He's going to get 2 treasures. Which means he can still potentially cast 2 spells. Pump this to 4 power. And there's his play with fire. Okay. Pumping that to 2, 3. So, how much damage are we comfortable taking? So, trade with that Goblin Shaman. We either try and trade here and then potentially get sort of blown out by another play with fire. Well, it could be a lightning strike. I think we'll save 2 damage. We'll wait. The biggest thing this can get is 4 toughness. I think we just double block here. Then we're guaranteed to kill this guy. No, wait. No, we're not. If he has a lightning strike, he can... Yeah, obviously, that was the mistake I made in a previous game. Obviously, he kills one of the blockers. So, I think we're happy with that. We'll take 4 damage. Fingers crossed. Now, the only problem with Riveteer's Ascendancy that I can see, we actually don't have any 1-drop creatures in the graveyard right now. So, sacrificing Harvester would not bring anything back. So, we can unearth Terror Ballista and attack. Sacrifice Blanchwood Prowler. Kill the Swift Spear. Bloodtithe Harvester can kill the Reflection. Seems good. We just want to mess up his damage potential here. Yeah, sacrifice that. Take out the Swift Spear. And kill this Kiki-Jiki. He's getting another Kiki-Jiki next turn, unfortunately, but... and we'll end the turn there. And we got to see the Terror Ballista, so that's a success. So we're on 7 life. He's got 2 cards and 5 mana. Use the blood token, get rid of the Thran Portal. We can't really afford to use that land this game. Fable is a good one, right. Okay, Sokenzan, I think we will hold on to that, because, okay, one slightly annoying thing, we still only have one red source. So it's a choice. We could play Sokenzan and we can play both of our cards. I think, well, we have to play Fable. Then we have a difficult choice. If we hold both these cards, we could potentially discard them next turn. Or we could play them. But Ascendancy doesn't do anything to help me survive right at this minute. Sokenzan can help me survive next turn. So yeah, we don't play anything yet. Looks like he's got something. Rending Flame, okay. Heavy duty removal. Down to 5. Well, there's the Goldhound, okay. So Riveteer's Ascendancy is slightly more relevant with the Goldhound. Sokenzan puts sort of 2 power on the battlefield, so I think Goldhound isn't quite the right thing. We draw 2 land, okay. At some point we want to get to 7 land, so I think we may as well play one of these lands. We can have a surprise double block with 2/1/1s next turn if he keeps attacking. Well, he may have disconnected. That's his last time out. So it's kind of red mid-range. I'd say, Fable seems like a greedy card. Suppose, yeah, you like Jaya because she makes monks with prowess. I mean, when I say a greedy card, I mean a greedy card for red burn, red aggro. But looks like it still probably has enough to beat me here. But we'll try and hang on. Okay, that's 2 damage to face. Good news is there wasn't another Monastery Swift Spear before that. You didn't attack with that guy? Well, due to mana efficiency reasons, I'm just going to play this end of turn. I think I'll hold both these land for the next Fable. I say the next Fable. How many are in the graveyard? We did mill, I think, a couple. Yeah, actually all the Fables are in the graveyard right now. And we don't have Scrapwork Mutts in this deck, so we may as well play our land. Interesting, we both earned another timeout. Finally, so we've drawn Diregraf Rebirth. I'm going to play one of these lands. And the best thing is actually the Bloodtithe Harvester, I believe. Or Junji the Midnight Sky is pretty good. I say Harvester because we can kill the reflection, and that could somehow kill me, I feel like. Copy the Harvester. Blow up Kiki Jiki. Do we attack in? I'll attack in with one, just for safety's sake. We'll keep back a couple of things for blocking. So the Junji death trigger is a bit scary because you lose 2 life. Or we can make him discard 2 cards. I don't know if it will, if a token copy has a proper death trigger though. I think it should do, but we'll see. He just needs to draw Lightning Strike, of course, to kill me. So, shouldn't really... Okay, he's timed out, fair enough. Glorious victory. Well, the deck kind of came together there and worked. We got to see the Terror Ballista, so I'm quite happy with that game. I think we'll try just a variation. And we saw a virus beetle early on there, which it made him discard his Planeswalker. So that was good, but let's try something different. Let's try our Scrapwork Mutt. 2 mana artifact. Let's see if we can find it. There it is. I made a Terror Stone deck, so that's the black-red Power Stone version, to try and ramp out the Terror Ballista. I haven't tried it out yet, but I don't think it's going to be as good as this deck. At getting out the Ballista. A lot of the Power Stone cards cost 3 mana. There is the Horned Lizard on turn 2, who makes a Power Stone. Okay, so we're missing green mana here, but we do have Goldhound for turn 1, Fable for turn 3. We can't play the Prowler. We've got to take some pain here if we want a turn 1 Goldhound. But I think we do want a turn 1 Goldhound. And yes, we are on the draw against mono red again. I think I was on the draw in the last one. He's already Reckless Impulsing, okay. I feel like that's a good sign. We could actually Blanchwood Prowler here, which is interesting. We could Fable. We could Soul Transfer on the Phoenix chick. There are many possibilities here, because I don't think we're going to be racing this guy. I'm really seriously considering Soul Transfer on the Phoenix chick. Let's do it. I mean, he does have a Radis Firebrand as well, but the Goldhound wouldn't be able to block it. Okay, that was probably a rash move. We've got Fable of the Mirror Breaker here. Mechanized Warfare. So this does 4 damage now. Okay, discard up to 2 cards. We could discard these 2 lands. Okay. Scrapwork Mutt lets us discard Terror Ballista. We can play Sulfurous Springs. We can attack and make a treasure token. We can play Blanchwood Prowler. And then we've got 2 blockers. So we'll have to do something about my other blocker. That's what I think. Oh, yeah, that's a good hit. Okay. Because my initial plan there was just attack with the Goblin and play Sokenzan, but I thought let's see where this goes if I discard my land. So Epicure is gonna whack me for 2 damage now. And that one's going to hit me for 2. It's just insane how good Mechanized Warfare is with this deck. And he doesn't attack. That's good. Okay, the Carplusan Forest does give me a source of green, but not one I really want to use. We can rebirth our Terror Ballista. So let's do it. Oh yeah, okay, it costs me, I do have to tap the Carplusan Forest. We could have attacked with this guy to get treasure to do that. That might have made a bit more sense, would have saved me a life point. Permanent or permanent, so he can actually trade off an Epicure for my Goblin Shaman, which isn't great, but I think I want the treasure. Okay, what's the bad news? Another Radha's Firebrand. Okay. Lightning Strike to my dome, not to the Terror Ballista. I'm down to 4, so next Lightning Strike kills me. Right, we've got Bloodtithe Harvester. Do I want to... I think I want to keep playing lands at this point. Let's do that. Let's play Bloodtithe Harvester. I was thinking, hang on, we can copy Terror Ballista and swing in for a lot of damage. But I've got to sacrifice 2 creatures to kill his 2 Radha's Firebrands. And I don't like that idea. But he is obviously just going to kill me with the next Lightning Strike. We don't have a source of life gain, so we won't worry too much about that. But we will copy Bloodtithe Harvester. We will pop Firebrand. Looks like we have enough for a Sokenzan to give us some surprise blockers. Go ahead and attack, I think, with everything. So his Epicures can actually double block my Terror Ballista and kill it. So we'll lose the Prowler. Pop Radha's Firebrand. That said, we have a very cheap Diregraf Rebirth if he decides to do that. What can we bring back? Is there anything good in the graveyard? Goldhound. Okay, Blanchwood Prowler. Maybe that's a good one. I don't want to tap that. Tap that for green. Because we will actually get to mill and we might hit something. Skyfisher Spider. Okay, yeah. Let's tap tap the treasure for green. Diregraf Rebirth. Oh, okay. We're going to take That's a shame. We're going to take a point of damage. But we're going to bring back a Skyfisher Spider. And also, that is a source of life gain, by the way. Let's pop something here. Yeah, Blanchwood Prowler, I guess. Pop the Mechanized Warfare. The trouble is, I'm still a lightning strike away from dying. Next turn, I can sacrifice this Skyfisher Spider and gain 5 life. We'll get ready on the good game, because he just needs a lightning strike here. Okay, good game. Still, entertaining game. This time we got to see Scrapwork Mutt. We got to see Terror Ballista again. And we got to do some interesting things at the end there to try and stay alive. We'll have a look at the deck. I think that's enough. I think this will be a short but sweet one, I think. All I really want to do is see the card actually come into play and do some stuff. So, and we got to win with it as well, which is a bonus. So yeah, this is the Scrapwork Mutt version, which gives the our deck plan a bit more consistency. The Virus Beetle version disrupts my opponent a bit more. So it's 2 different ways of going. You might maybe the best one is you have 2 of each. I think I like having 4 Blanchwood Prowlers though, and in fact, the kind of the deck shell that I've used did have 27 lands. So I dropped 2 lands and added 2 Blanchwood Prowlers, because I think I can get away with 25 lands. We also, the deck I based this on had a Soul of Windgrace, which we replaced with Skyfisher Spider. So if you're not playing Soul of Windgrace, I don't think you need as much land in the deck. So I think this deck definitely gets away with 25, even though it's got sort of mana curve 3.1. Removal wise, we've got the 2 Voltage Surges and a Soul Transfer, along with 4 Bloodtithe Harvesters and a Skyfisher Spider. So, it's a reasonable amount of removal. We are running Riveteer's Ascendancy. We saw that in game 1. We discarded it instead of playing it because there wasn't anything that was going to be instantly useful. It wasn't going to get a trigger, so I think it is a card you can definitely discard sometimes. Other times it can be amazing. It'll win you the game, but yeah, it's a useful trigger for your sacrifice effects to give you extra value. So you need a relevant sacrifice effect and something of a relevant size in the graveyard, which is often difficult to arrange, but yeah, it's definitely, I think it's worth playing. I think it's worth trying out. We've got 1 Skyfisher Spider, 1 Junji. I think I'm focusing on mainly 2 drops and 3 drops for a bit of early game consistency. So, and I wanted to play 4 Terror Ballistas, so we've not got too many in the 4-drop and 5-drop slot, but these 2 look pretty good, and I wanted to play 4 Diregraf Rebirths as well. So, and with the mana base, the reason we've got 8 mountains, we're trying to play Goldhound on turn 1 because it's really good synergy with Diregraf Rebirth. It lets you play a turn 3 Diregraf Rebirth sometimes. Anyway, so that is the deck. That is the Terror Ballista seems to fit quite well into the deck. I think this is kind of a shell for casting 7 mana creatures. So usually you have most sensible people play the Titan of Industry, but today Terror Ballista got its chance. So yeah, it wasn't too bad. Anyway, I think that is a video, so thanks for watching.